Hi, it's Jamie with JamiesArtsalaCartes. Thank you very much for joining me. I have a fun project planned for us today. I hope this video inspires you to create something of your own. If you would, hit the like button and share the video with your friends. That helps me to grow this channel and to continue to bring you new projects. If you haven't subscribed yet, would you please consider subscribing? And if you have, thank you very much. Well, we have a lot to do, so let's get to it. We began this project by having my grandson sand the tray and give it a good cleaning. This again is something that my grandson sanded for me. I'm very grateful for that. So that helped me with this whole process. Alright, I think we're ready to put some paint on. We'll let this dry good, and then we'll go ahead and start with the paint. Alright, this is our color, and we're just going to get it put on there. Alright, our tray is all dry. Now it's time to decoupage. I'm taking a calendar and I'm picking out some images that I think my grandson will like. And I'm basically just fussy cutting them, which means just giving it a small outline around it, but not cutting it precise. So these are the ones that I've started with. I think they'll really like. And so now I'm just going to find some to fill in. With this one, I'm going to do a little different. I'm going to make like a little roadway, paint a roadway on, and maybe figure out a way to put some something that looks like dirt. So I don't even know if I want to add all those because I want to have some roadway and track. I'm going to do that down the legs for sure. Got Tonka on there, so let's see how big this is once we fussy cut it. And fussy cut is just super simple, giving it a small little border. Doesn't have to be perfect. That's why it's fussy. My fingers don't want to work. So then might be too big. going to leave it just like that. I'll glue these down, and then I'm going to literally draw the roads on with Sharpie. Just freehand it. Make it maybe about that wide. With a little white stripe down the middle. Paint it black. So using the Sharpie will work on this paint, on acrylic paint. I think that's what we'll do. The last one we put a lot on, but they were smaller images for an older child too. Alright, let's get our brush. I let it soak in water just to help it to be a little easier to use. Something I'm going to do different this time is I'm going to literally get the paper to soften up. So some of that water that's in my brush, I'm using it to spread out on the paper. It'll help it to start loosening up. Alright. We're going to put decoupage on the back of the paper and then on the surface of the tray also. We wanted this one over here. So it buckles a little bit when it gets moisture. So just to help it, and the larger the surface is that you're decoupaging, the more likely it will buckle. But I'll show you a trick when we get to that point. Basically just going to create a pinhole in it, and let the air escape, and then create a Mod Podge mixture to put up underneath there from the top. We go all directions. Make sure I got them all in there. Alright, so this one I want to put down here. So we're going to put the glue on here. Mod Podge. We're calling it glue, but it's Mod Podge. It down, and then I'm going to do this to help squeeze the air out. Press them pretty firmly. Put some more glue on there so my finger can slide across the surface without moving any of the ink. this one. Let's see, I guess I could have. Let's see if this will work. Alright, we'll do that. That looks kind of good. Put a blue on the back of this, our Mod Podge. And we'll come over here. I think he's going to like this. This is for my youngest grandson. And I think he's going to like this. I'm pressing all the bubbles out. I feel lots. All right. Likes all kinds of big, heavy machinery. So I thought this would be a cool little idea for him. I'm getting a good amount of Mod Podge on there. And then I'm going to lay our truck on there. I'm going to pat it down. Make sure it goes where we need it to go. And I'm going to cover the top and then spread the air bubbles out. You can actually hear the bubbles. I'm not sure if the camera can pick that up, but and the larger the decal, the more likely you'll have air bubbles. It's not a horrible thing, you just gotta sort of work them through. And invariably there'll be a couple, but when it dries I'll show you how I'm going to how I correct that to make it durable. Go in both directions just to ensure I've got all the edges down. I think that's all we'll do. I like it. Alright, we'll let this dry and then we'll go on to the next step. Here we are. Our decoupage is all nice and dry. I did have to remove a little bloop bloop there, but I'm going to paint one of our roads right in there. So that'll take care of that. And I probably will do something in here where it had some words, but I wanted that arm. So the way I'm going to start it, just because I've never really done anything like this before, I'm going to flip this tray over, and I am going to practice back here. And you can see, maybe you can see, see I have that little raw edge still here. So I'm going to touch that up while I'm back here also, because it'll lay flat until this, this little roadway dries. So I'm going to use a black chalk paint and then just my white what I'm doing is painting just a strip of a road and just like that white center line. It's all dry. We're ready to make our little dashes. I'm just using this little chalk writer from the Dollar Tree. They're typically very easy to use. And basically, you're just literally what it says, you're going to write. So we're just going to press them out. Give them a good spacing. Some of the wood isn't exactly level, but we can come back and clean that up with the paint. Again, I'm practicing on the other underside before I go to the top. Just a fun little thing to do on his tray here. Just try to get one under here. We're just going to make some illusion of some roads around here. We're going to use this brush. We're using chalk paint that we've used in the other areas. first coat for the top. And again, I'm going to load up my sponge. Go in different directions, trying to catch all the edges. I think he's going to like this. Alright, we'll let that dry and then we'll get at least one more coat, probably a couple more coats, especially on the top. Alright, time to let it dry. Well, here's our tray. Got all of our polyurethane put on there. It's good and dry. Made this for my grandson. I sure hope he likes it. I think he will. He loves those kind of trucks. Well, it's been a different kind of video. I sure hope you've liked it. If you have, would you please give it a thumbs up? If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, would you please consider subscribing? And well, until next time, happy crafting!